Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, it's Diego with my beautiful wife, Karina from beautiful Venezuela. Beautiful Venezuela, this is your K1 visa channel, your green card channel, where you get all this free information, all this free data. Doesn't cost you a penny, saving you lots of money from immigration attorney fees. Now, I'm not an immigration attorney, I don't work for USCIS. I don't work for the State Department, and I don't work for any of those companies that charge you lots and lots of money to process a simple K1 visa application or a green card application. It's not hard to do. It's an easy process. It's not difficult. You can do it. I know you can do it on your own. It's just filling out paperwork, making sure you're in a real relationship, making sure you're qualified for this benefit. Now, what is this benefit? And you are bringing a foreign national to the United States of America so that you can get married within 90 days. What happens if you don't get married within 90 days? What happens? Well, your beneficiary's got to go back home to wherever she came from or he came from. If not, there's going to be immigration problems. But today is September 11th, 2024, so we're going to send our memories and respects to the families that were killed on 9/11. We never forget that terrible day in the history of the United States where the World Trade Center was destroyed and the folks that got killed in Pennsylvania. So there you go. We don't ever forget that day. Now, Josias Pacelli, our friend from Argentina. Hi, Diego. What's going on, Josias? My wife got divorced before marrying me. She is my sponsor and the U.S. citizen. Do I need to include the divorce decree of her in the I-485? You absolutely must include the certified courthouse copy of your wife's divorce decree. If you do not, you will get an RFE. Immigration will ask you for it if you do not include it in your green card application. It is mandatory. Okay, what does mandatory mean? It means you got no choice. You got to include your wife's divorce decree. Now, it must be a certified copy from the courthouse. You can't get an email copy of the divorce decree. You cannot go to Office Depot and make a photocopy of the original. You got to get a certified copy from the courthouse, wherever that courthouse may be. The Mountain Nomads. Hey, Diego and Karina, hope all is going well for you both. Always. We're doing great. It's like the temperature is coming down. We're getting close to the fall. Now we're in September. And we're getting real close. Francois Livingston's Prometido, his K1 visa interviews in the UAE very soon. But the weather's getting better. So Karina's like, wow, I can handle this. It's like 75 degrees. Josias, in the Part 8, Item 1 of I-485, where it says, have you ever been a member or involved in any way associated with, you put no. No, you don't put yes, you put no. Josias, you change that to no. Listen to me. Part A, Item 1 is no. Okay? You got it? Josias, no, you don't put, you just put no in there. And also, when I was in Argentina, I used to go to another 2 Christian churches. Do you think that would be a problem for me, Diego? You put no. Your Christian beliefs are between you and God. Okay? Not between you and USCIS. You put no in there. Tom Shu. Good evening, Diego and Karina. I just entered the States on a K1 visa and got married last week. May I ask if I'm eligible to apply for a social security number? Well, Tom, I'm going to give you a Mountain Dew Salute. You're going to get a brand new bottle, Mountain Dew Salute. And welcome to the United States of America. Congratulations on getting married. You can get your social security number one of 2 ways. You can go to the Social Security Administration with your I-94 and your passport and apply for it at the Social Security office. Or you can apply for it on page 2 of Form 485, your adjustment of status. If you don't want to go to the Social Security Administration right away, you can go ahead and on page 2 of Form 485, you can ask Homeland Security to contact the Social Security Administration for you to process your Social Security card. Don't forget, Tom, you cannot work in the United States until you get your green card and your Social Security number or a work permit, okay? So if you're eligible, you are eligible for a Social Security number because you came into the United States on a non-immigrant visa, which is now a immigrant visa where you're changing to a green card. You can go ahead and apply for your Social Security number. Francois, good evening, Diego and Karina. How are you both tonight? We are good, Francois. I know you're having probably a little bit of anxiety because you're getting real close to Hamid's K1 visa interview, but you got this, okay? You've got this. Yeah, Tom, you can go get your Social Security card. You go to the office with your I-94 and your K1 visa, okay, your passport. You're in your passport, and you can apply at the Social Security Administration. But if you do it that way, when your Social Security card comes in, it's going to say you cannot work without Homeland Security approval, which means you cannot work when you get your Social Security number. You cannot work until you get your green card. Okay, you got it. When you get your green card, Tom, then you go back to the Social Security Administration with your green card and update your status as a legal permanent resident. And then Social Security Administration will mail you a brand new Social Security card without any verbiage on it that says you cannot work. Okay? It'll be just a blank card with your the number. And your Social Security number is not going to change when you go back to the office and update your status. And you will get your Social Security card mailed to you from Baltimore, Maryland. Mountain Nomad. So, Diego, it has been a month since we received our welcome letter, but our status still in transit to Morocco. That's Casablanca, the consulate. Is that a normal waiting time, or should we do something, or just wait? Well, if it still says in transit, what I would do is send a courtesy email to the consulate in Casablanca and check in with them and say, hey, guys, I'm just checking in. And in the subject line of the email, you're going to put your NOA2 number, okay, from your NOA2 letter. And in the body of the email, you're going to put your full name, your passport number, your date of birth, and your address where you live. Or if you want to put that. You got it? Francois Hamid picked up his medical reports today. Well, I bet they were heavy. Were they heavy? And he was given 2 sealed envelopes. Don't open them. One to give to the interview and one to hand over when he lands in America. There you go. And if the U.S. immigration folks don't take it from him when he lands at the United States at JFK in Queens, if they don't take that medical exam in the sealed envelope, you can use it for the green card application. You don't have to repeat the freaking medical exam. Tom Shue, thank you, Diego. That's very helpful. No problem, Tom. Osias, but my church live streaming, I'm a musician. Well, that's great. I'm using screenshots of the live stream of me and my wife playing in the church. That's good here in America. If I say no to that item, but they see me in a live stream, is it a problem? Okay, Osias, you say no. 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 It's not a problem. Terrence Timbagor. Hello, my immigration here in Diego and your wife. Well, what's going on, Terrence? My fiance appointment is this month. Yay! Okay, well, we'll give you a Mountain Dew salute. That's great news. Great news for Terrence. And I put the Mountain Dew in the freezer for about an hour, so there's like a little bit frozen, which is good, right? It means it'll last longer. Osias, have you ever violated the terms or conditions of your non-immigrant status? No, you haven't. If you are I-94 expires, what should you say there? No, you haven't. No, you have not violated the terms or the conditions of your non-immigrant status. The only way you can violate the terms and conditions of your non-immigrant status is if you do not get married within 90 days. Did you get married within 90 days? Yes? Then you're good. You put no, you have never violated the terms and conditions of your non-immigrant status because you got married within 90 days, Osiris. Destiny's Room, Diego Karina, our visa was approved. Now it still says application received. Now what's going to happen is congratulations, Destiny's Room. That's a Mountain Dew salute, by the way. Good job. Now you're just going to wait, okay? You're good. Just wait. You're in the waiting. You got all these different swimming pools, okay? Now you jump from this swimming pool over here into the waiting swimming pool. All right. So just tread water and wait for the next thing. Osiris, perfecto, Diego. Perfecto, yeah. I will say no to the item. That's correct. Very good, Osiris. You are a good student. You are learning a lot today. Francois, congratulations to Destiny's Room. Absolutely. Hannah. Hi, Diego. Since I'm a K1 visa holder and I will wait for the adjustment of status to get approved, and since I'm not allowed to work till I receive my green card, can I have a free medical insurance during that time? No. Nothing's free in America. This is a constitutional capitalist republic, and nothing's free. Okay? Nothing's free. If you need medical insurance, you pay for it, okay? Or your sponsor pays for it. The only thing that's free in America, let me think. What is free in America? I'm trying to figure out what is free in America. I can't think of anything that's free in America. You got to work and you pay for it, okay? You put some, like you create sweat and you work, you create money. You put some in the bank, some goes to bills, and then some goes to having fun for a vacation, right? Destiny's Room. Thank you, Francois. I really hope the consulate won't change their mind. No, Destiny's Room, you are good. What is the next thing? Well, you have to go to get your documents ready for the interview, right? Is that where you're at? Carlos, hi Diego and Queen. I took your advice and set my alarm for 5 a.m. And I was able to get an appointment in Bogota in the next month. Carlos, Mountain Dew salute. When you are in the class here of green cards and K1 visas. When you pay attention to the professor of immigration, which is me, and I'm not an immigration attorney, I don't give you legal advice, but I'm the professor of K1 visas, Mountain Dew salute. You listen to your professor, and now you have scheduled your Bogota visa appointment. And it's for next month. We scheduled a medical exam with Dr. Jairo 8 days before biometrics. There you go. Carlos, you are up there. Fantastic. Miguel, thoughts on the presidential debate? I don't care about presidential debates, okay? I care about election day, okay? Now, I can talk about the presidential debate. I can say Trump won because of this or Harris won because of that, okay? But here's the deal. The United States of America will decide on November 5th, 2024, if it wants to be a capitalist free republic or a communist socialist dictatorship. That's the choice we have, right? That's what we got a choice of on November 5th. Freedom or socialism? I'm going for freedom. But as for debates, it all depends. Here's what if you watch the presidential debate, you're going to vote for whoever you're going to vote for. If your candidate did a lousy job, screwed it up, you're still going to vote for your candidate, right? Doesn't matter about the debates. The debates, to me, is a waste of time. It is. Kamala Harris, nobody knows what her plan is other than to copy Nicolas Maduro's Communist Manifesto. And Trump's plan is to be a free market capitalist and get us back where we were 4 years ago. So I'm going with Trump. Now, I'm not a Republican and I'm not a Democrat, okay? But I like having money in my pocket, and so does Karina. She just got to America. She doesn't want to come to America and then start her life living like she's living back in freaking Venezuela. Right? All right. So I'm voting for Trump. That's just me. But you vote for whoever you want to vote for, American citizens. You can't vote if you're not a U.S. citizen. You cannot vote. But I like having money in my pocket. I don't like giving my money to the government because they just blow it on BS. Solar panels, windmills. Seriously. Let me see here. I got to read on here. Destiny's Room, there's some things free for girls at my university. Okay, great. That's good news. Josias, Diego, I'm going to send the taxes of my wife. She's the sponsor. And we don't have the IRS transcripts, but we do have the taxes copies that her company made for her. Should that be enough for USCIS? Call the IRS on the 800 number and ask for your tax. And your wife needs to ask for her tax transcripts. It's all done on a touch phone. You dial the number, okay? They ask you, what do you want? Well, I want my tax returns, the tax transcripts. Well, what years do you want? You type in the years. Then you type in your address where you live and your social security number, well, your wife's social security number. And then the IRS will mail you the tax transcripts for free. And you want at least 3 years worth. It's not hard to do. And it takes about 10 days to get them. That's why immigration gives you 90 days to get married and get this paperwork started, because it takes time to get this stuff done. But you call the IRS and ask for the tax transcripts. You don't talk to a person. You call the number and they ask you what you go where you want to go, and then you say tax transcripts and the year and the social security number and the address, and they mail it to you. That's what it's easy. Let's see here. Osiris, come on. The Mountain Nomads. How long did Karina have to wait for her to book the interview appointment from the day she received the welcome letter? Well, let me see here. It was like she got the welcome letter from the embassy. So it was about 25 days, something like that. Just over 3 weeks. Kusama Legrari. Hello, Usama Legrari. What's going on? Did she get her green card? Karina got her green card on June 25th, 2024. She got her green card. She's already happy working, got her green card, got her social security number, everything. Got her driver's license, Florida driver's license. She's good to go. Destiny's Room. No, we got the interview already. Okay, they gave him the approval slip. Okay, gotcha. But the status, okay, now you are all worried about this, your income, but now you got approved at the embassy, right? That's right. But the status on the SEAC still says application approved. Now you're going to wait for the issued status. Destiny's Room. You were stressing out all about your income and worried about how much you're a university student and you got your joint sponsor and all that. You were scared or worried. And I reassured you that you were going to get approved, right? Got approved. Now you're going to wait for the issued status. When you get the issued status, you go pick up the K-1 visa in the passport. Wherever it is you're going to pick it up. Whatever country it is, you go pick it up. Osiris, I'm sending 176 photos of evidence since we started the relationship until today. That's good. Very good. So do you think they wouldn't like that many photos? It's fine. Listen, you can never send too many pictures. These immigration officers, they like looking through pictures. They got enough crap to do right during the day. And when they get a nice K-1 visa application or a green card application with lots of beautiful pictures, it gives them an excuse to sit down and relax and look at the pictures, right? It gives them 30 minutes of time or an hour just to kill some time and look at some pictures. Send them all in. Send 200 if you got them. Osiris, Diego, I saw a video of a woman that says that leaving blank space in the forms is totally fine for USCIS. Is that true? You put NA if it's not applicable. You don't leave a freaking blank spot. You put NA. You don't leave it blank. You put NA. Okay, come on now, Osiris. You're in class. Listen to me. Miguel to Osiris, I sent close to 200 photos. Miguel, look at that. As well, have a lengthy relationship, so that should be fine. Miguel's right. I recommend to put NA for clarification. Miguel is right. Miguel has been paying attention to class. So not to make USCIS believe you missed something. That's exactly right. Immigration immigration gets your form, your 485, right? Your USCIS form 485. They get it. They're going to scan down it. And if it doesn't apply, you put NA. The immigration officer sees NA, will continue down. Flip the page, down. Then he comes to a blank spot. The immigration officer has to stop what he's doing and go, uh-oh, did they forget something? But if you put NA in there, the immigration officer can process your 485 form much quicker. You got it? And your I-129F if you're applying for a K-1 visa. Okay? You got it? Or if it's a spousal visa, I-130. Let me see here. I don't want to miss anybody. Let me see here. Josias, the thing, Diego, is that we have the tax transcripts, but my wife made an amendment and the IRS didn't put the amendment in the tax transcript. Don't worry about it. Include both, the transcript and the tax return. And then immigration can see you made an amendment on the original 1040. And you're good. It's all good. Destiny's Room. Yes, I was worried a lot. Not anymore, right? Now I'm still worried about our application received. What are you worried for? Knowing other couples have application approved status. You already got approved. They told you. They gave you the white paper, right? Now you're waiting for issued status. Forget the approved status. You might get refused. But it doesn't mean you're being disapproved or denied. It just means it's on. They're just doing the paperwork. Wait for the issued status. That's all you're looking for right now. Approved status is irrelevant. You know already you got approved. You're waiting for the issued status. Then when you get issued status, you'll pick up the passport. Check the visa is good. Make sure there's no spelling mistakes, no typos in the name or the date of birth. And then you get on a plane and fly to the United States. Osiris, I couldn't find a joint sponsor. I talked to a lawyer and he said that because my wife makes 40K in 2024, try to prove to USCIS that she doesn't need a joint sponsor. If you can prove that your wife made 40 grand in 2024, so far it's almost the end of 2024, you can do it with bank statements, pay stubs. You just don't have a tax return. You won't get that till 2025. Okay? But make sure when you file taxes in 2025, you are a joint person on the tax return. You file jointly, married, file jointly for your 10-year green card. You got to prove she's making 40 grand a year. Get her boss to write a letter. Say, hey, this is how much I make in 2024. Have him sign it. Or her. Terrence, they want my fiance to present a printout of our chat log from the app we use for communication, and we should print it directly from the app itself. That we shouldn't print it in the Word document. Okay? So how do I print it? Well, you go to the chat, you screenshot it from the chat, and then you print it from the screenshot. That's what I did for Karina. We chat back. I was separated from her for almost a year. I was here in Florida. Karina was in Colombia. We chat on WhatsApp every day. Every night we're talking on WhatsApp. Then I would just screenshot the chat to my phone, download the screenshot from my phone to this computer, and then print it off the printer. That's what I did every freaking day. I submitted over 1,000 chats. You know, it's easy to do. Hannah, regarding the driving license here, is it mandatory to make a written test and driving skills test in order to get a driving license, even though I have my foreign driving license? In the United States of America, if you're going to get a U.S. driver's license, you've never had a U.S. driver's license before, you got to take the written test and the driver's test. Okay? Terrence, how do I print it? You get your WhatsApp chat or whatever you're using, Yahoo Messenger, whatever you're using, you chat, you screenshot it, which will include the date of the chat, and you take the screenshot to your phone, download it to the computer, and print it. Hosias, every single spot of all the forms, every single spot. If you don't need a translator, you put NA. NA. You don't need somebody to help you fill out the paperwork. You put NA, 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 NA. Hosias, I'm going to get the tax transcripts of 2023, and we'll send you an amendment in the tax return. That's good. Terrence, I use WhatsApp. I don't use WhatsApp now. Karina's right here. I don't need to get on WhatsApp and say, hey, Karina, how are you? How was your day? ¿Cómo estás? ¿Tú bien? ¿Muy bien? ¿Tú cansado? No, I just chat with her. We're here every day. But when she was in Colombia, I used WhatsApp. After the chat, I would screenshot it, print it, and I put it in a binder. I had 1,000 of them over a period of 2.5 years. Miguel, that's right, every single spot. Hosias, I'm going to get the tax transcripts for 2023. Good. Hosias, so I put the amended tax return, and I just put the tax transcript of the original with the amendment. Without the amendment. With it. You put it together. Francois, sorry, Diego, I have no questions tonight. I'm here to support the channel. Woo! Manu salute, Francois. So she's at the end. She can see the light at the end of the tunnel. Francois is so close to her future husband getting his K1 visa. She can see it. It's like when Sarah Palin said she can see Russia from our house in Alaska. Right? Good job. A Mountain Dew salute for Francois for making it this far in the class. Right? Terrence, okay, thank you so much. You're good. Hosias, Diego, we have a letter of employer. Good. Saying how much she makes current annual income. Good. And it also says at the same time she's having a promotion. Fantastic. Good job. She also got a second job. Fantastic. And we have an employer letter for that. You got it covered. You're good. You got it covered. Eugene Bentz. So the I-765 and the I-485 both are submitted together. That is correct. Should both be set to allow Social Security to provide a single, or should only one be allowed? Only on the you only apply for the Social Security number on the I-485, not on the work permit. Hosias, my wife is writing a cover letter explaining the situation. That's good. Immigration like cover letters. They like information. They cannot read your mind. Okay. Immigration cannot read your mind. So if you got stuff that you need to explain to immigration, like Francois had a bunch of stuff to explain to immigration, you write it down in an affidavit and you sign it and you date it. And then immigration, the immigration officer who's sitting through, looking through your package, okay, he or she loves all your pictures and she loves to read, or he loves to read your letters of affidavit explaining stuff. If something happened, let's suppose you're on your second K1 visa and you had something happen in the past. You got to write it down and explain what happened. Okay? Makes it easier for immigration to approve your visa. Let me see. Hosias, my wife is writing a cover letter. That's good. And her last tax return is $22K. Well, that's not enough money for a K1, but 2024 is good. But as long as you can prove it. Destiny's Room. Yes, bless you, Francois. It will be okay. Hosias, because if my wife makes $40K per year, why do they care so much about the last tax return? They want to see stability in the job. They want to see stability. They want, when you fill out the I-480, the 864, when your wife fills out the 864, she has to list her 3 years worth of income. They're looking for stability. Okay? They want to see that she's making money every year, okay, and it wasn't just a one-off thing. Francois to Terrence, I presented screenshots of our text conversation from WhatsApp since day one. Francois did, but I made sure the date year is clear on each screenshot printout. Yes, she did. I also put a case number on each sheet. Francois was top of the class with screenshots from WhatsApp. Douglas Olson, we have a flight scheduled next week to the United States. Our adjustment of status RFE is still being adjudicated over the Social Security issue. Our I-94 has run out. Will we have any issues? We have a flight scheduled next week within the United States. You can fly within the United States. There's no restrictions. Our adjustment of status is still being adjudicated. Okay, no problem. That's not your fault. Over the Social Security issue, no worries. Immigration at the airport don't look at your I-94 if you're traveling within America. They look at the passport. Okay? Will we have any issues? No, you're good to go. You can travel freely in the United States. Just don't leave the United States. If they ask to see the I-94, bring a copy with you. If it's expired, say, well, you're still waiting on your green card. It's not your fault. They'll say, okay, have a nice day. Enjoy your flight. Nelson Gooden, conditional green card was approved yesterday after K1 visa adjustment of status filed March 14th. Nelson gets a Mountain Dew salute. You didn't submit a new medical exam? Well, good. No RFE for new medical. Well, you're playing craps in Las Vegas. You lucked out. Congratulations. You didn't get the immigration officer that wanted to see the medical exam. I guess you just like playing the odds. You're a gambling man. Francois, thank you, Destiny's Room. Means a lot for the support on this channel. We love you guys. We're helping you get through this process, right? But good job to Nelson. I'm not getting an RFE for not including the medical exam. You're locked out. You're in Las Vegas today, man. Hosias, how many times you can reply to an RFE? For example, need a joint sponsor. Don't reply with a joint sponsor. Would they deny your case or send you another RFE? If you get an RFE, Hosias, and they ask for a joint sponsor, provide them with a joint sponsor. Immigration's got patience, but only so much, okay? They only have so much patience. If you cannot provide them with the information, they'll just deny your visa, your green card, and send you a bunch of stuff back, and then you have to redo the paperwork all over again, and then you have to spend another $1,440. Whatever they ask for, you send it if you get an RFE. Eugene Bentz, the I-765 has parents' names and follow-on questions. Yeah, that's okay, no problem. Terrence, okay, thanks to Francois. I will do so. The Mountain Nomads, how to make an inquiry to the consul. I can't find their email on their website. Well, you should have got an email from the embassy, something, a packet 3, packet 4 email with lists of email addresses. Going to US Travel Docs Ghana. Go into US Travel Docs Ghana and see if you can find it that way. Eugene Benz, thank you both for being here for us. We're always here for you guys. We're here for you guys. We want to see you get your green cards. We want to see you get your K1 visas so you can get to the United States and get reunited with each other. Hosias, what happens if I can't find a joint sponsor anywhere, Diego? It's extremely hard and nobody wants to take the risk because it's huge responsibility. What do you suggest we do? Make sure you write a very, very, very strong letter stating that your wife makes $40,000 a year plus, and she will continue to do so into the future. That's how you do it. And you back it up with evidence. Francois to Terrence, do the same from phone logs, video screenshots. There you go. Okay, copy that, says Terrence. Hosias, when is that your pending application status starts? It does start as soon as USCIS gets your adjustment of status, how much it takes. Because I don't want to be out of status. Okay. Hosias, you're going to get a D- for not paying attention. if you get married within 90 days, you're not going to be out of status. You got to get married within 90 days. If you do not get married within 90 days, you are out of status and you will be removed from the United States. Okay? You got married within 90 days, you're in status. Now you're putting your green card stuff together, your green card package. It takes time. It may take longer than 90 days. Francois, 5 pages explaining things. Diego, I remember, but it all worked out in the end. Francois, you good to go. You're good, Francois. You just be putting your feet up on the desk and waiting for Hamid to get his interview over with. Josias, my lawyer said if I get an RFE for joint sponsor, I should put even more pay stubs. And if there's a job that time with my work permit, I could be a sponsor household member for myself. You can't sponsor yourself. Okay? You cannot do that. So I don't know who told you that. I don't know how much you're paying your immigration attorney, but you cannot be a sponsor for yourself. Your wife is your sponsor. If she doesn't make enough money, she's got to get a joint sponsor. She does make enough money apparently in 2024. You just got to prove it. And apparently you can prove it. So I just gave you all the same information for free that you are paying your immigration attorney. I don't know how much. Lots of money, apparently. I don't know. But that's okay. That's your decision. Tom Shu. Hi, Diego and Karina. I plan to take my sponsor's last name. Well, Karina took my last name. We reside in Pennsylvania. Very good. Very historical part of the United States. But got married in Nevada. It's all good. Nevada is probably one of the least populated states in the United States. It's got the most space and the least people. But it's the silver state. Nevada's beautiful. Neither of which allow a name change on the marriage license. There is no state in America where you get a name change on the marriage license and a marriage certificate. There's nowhere in America you can do that. You get married, the marriage license is going to have your maiden name, okay? And then the marriage certificate is going to have your wife's maiden name. When Corinne and I got married in Florida on the beach, she had her maiden name on the marriage certificate. But when you file for the green card on page 1 of Form 485, they ask you 2 questions. What is your current legal name? Well, your wife is going to put her current legal name as her name with your last name. On the 864, excuse me, because you're the guy getting married to the lady. She can change her last name, okay? But she's not applying for the green card. You are, right? We reside in Pennsylvania. You can change. So we're thinking about going to the court to petition for the name change. No, you don't have to do that. Do you think it is a wise idea? No. We'd love to hear your opinion. Go to the driver's license office, wherever you live in Pennsylvania, with your marriage certificate saying you got married in Nevada, and change her last name on her driver's license. So, hey, I just got married and I want to change my last name. Here's the marriage certificate. Bring your passport to prove your last name, to show you who you are. And that's how you do it. You don't have to go to lawyers. You don't have to go to immigration attorneys. It's a very simple process. You got married, Tom. Your wife wants to take your last name. All she's got to do is change your driver's license, and then you got to change the name on all of her documents, her passport. You can change that with the marriage certificate. Okay, don't waste your money going to. You don't have to petition anything. You got married. She's going to change her name to your last name, right? Raul Figueroa, saludos Diego and Karina. Finally, we have our interview in Bogota, November 6th. Muchas gracias. The day after the big election in America. Ro, ¿cómo se dice en español? Muy benedicción, ¿sí? Very good. Mount Dew salute to Ro. It's been a long road for you, Ro Figueroa. And you're gonna get your visa interview after election day. What a great thing. We're gonna have a new president, right? Trump's gonna get elected so we don't turn into a freaking communist country, right? There you go. City Henna, after getting married, K1, approved and adjustment of status submitted. Can my partner stay past 90 days? City, yes, city. If you get married within 90 days, your partner, okay, is within status. He can stay, or she, depends on who is applying to, past 90 days. But you want to make sure you file for the green card, okay? If you can do it without 60 or 70 days after you get married to create, so it gives you enough time to create enough evidence of your relationship for your green card. You just don't want to go past 6 months before you apply for the green card. The best time to apply for the green card is about 50 to 60 to 70 days after you get married. That gives you enough time to get on joint bank accounts, get on the electric bill, water bill, trash bill, get on the title to the car, the deed to the house, or the lease agreement to the apartment, whatever. You want to put all that information together for the green card application. It takes time to do that. Camille 1, hi Diego and Karina from Boston, Massachusetts. How are you? We are good. Now, Camille 1, if I remember, your beneficiary is from beautiful Cambodia, right? Cambodia. Now in America, now in Boston. What a difference from Cambodia to Boston, right? Big difference, right? Get ready for snow. There's no snow in Cambodia. Hosias, also my lawyer said that when your I-94 expires and you have any police trouble or something, you could be deported, even if you got married within 90 days. That's true. If you are in the United States of America, even if you have a freaking green card and you get in bad trouble with the police, you will lose your green card and you will be deported. But you are not going to, nobody on this channel is going to get in trouble with the police. Y'all are good people. Y'all good, nice people. You wouldn't make it to the K-1 visa process if you weren't good people, right? But if you screw up when you get to America, whether you're on an I-94 or a green card, you will be removed from the country. Depends on what it is. Now, I'm not talking minor traffic violations. If you get a speeding ticket, that's not going to be an offense where you get kicked out of the country. But if you do something bad, you will. Immigration, the I-94 is irrelevant. What's important is don't mess up when you get here. Stay out of trouble. And you guys will. We know you will. And you keep talking to your lawyer, you must be spending all kinds of freaking money, Hosias. Ask me, and it's free. Quit spending the money. Destiny's Room, I will go to bed now. Okay. Thank you so much, Diego and Karina. I love your class. Well, we're glad. It's a good class, right? Haha, see you next time with an update. There you go, Destiny's Room. Relax, go study. You got tests coming. You're in university. You got all kinds of tests you got to study for. Hosias, I needed this lawyer because I wanted to talk to him personally. You can talk to me personally right here on the channel. It's free. What are you doing? I saw his I-864. I saw in the I-864, that's the affidavit of support, that the primary sponsor can be backup with household member if it's not that. Is that not true? A household member can be a backup. If your sponsor, if your wife lives with her sister or her mom or her brother, okay, that's a family member, that's a backup for a joint sponsor. But the beneficiary cannot be a joint sponsor for the beneficiary. Did your immigration attorney not tell you that? Hosias, come on, man. I always listen to you, Diego. There you go. It's just that you are not always available. And I needed some answers really quick. Come on, Hosias. You got to be patient during the process. I do a live stream twice a week, Wednesdays and Saturdays. Okay? You don't need me calling your immigration attorney up paying $400 a minute, right? Because you got to give an answer that you can't wait till a Wednesday or a Saturday. So quit spending the money. Stop. Okay? You got this, my friend. He said that sometimes waiting so much to send the adjustment of status after your I-94 expires could be dangerous. It's not dangerous, even if you did it all correctly, because before sending the adjustment of status, you have an unlawful presence. No, you don't. You only have an unlawful presence if you didn't get freaking married in 90 days. Osias. Listen, Osias, you call your immigration attorney and tell him you're not going to give him any more money. Okay? You can wait for a live stream twice a week, right? Was it? And I do a surprise live stream during the week too. Stop spending the money. You're not out of status. You're in status. You want to get it done within 60 to 70 days after you want to file for your green card, 60 to 70 days after you get married. Okay? You are in status. You're good. Some folks cannot file for the green card within 90 days. They don't have the money for it or whatever. Usually it's because they can't afford it. They got to save up. But you don't want to go past 6 months. Then it's a problem. But you are not out of status, okay? And they could deport you. So science, you got to quit. Look, listen, you're either in Facebook talking to the scary Facebook fake news, or you're talking to an immigration attorney who's scaring the crap out of you, so you keep calling him and paying him more money. If you're nervous, if you're scared, if you got deportation running through your head like a little hamster on a hamster wheel, your attorney's collecting the paychecks, right? He's got you scared, right? You're nervous, so you're calling him and paying him. Stop. Pay attention. Listen to me, Osias. And they can deport you. No, they're not going to deport you. Your attorney's making all kinds of bank off of you, though, scaring the living crap out of you. Ro Figueroa, for the interview, can I show a copy of the NOA2 on the original? You can make a copy, Ro. Just a copy. You don't need to. The original is not required for the embassy interview. Now, remember, Ro, for the visa interview, your beneficiary is going to need a police certificate from Colombia, but it doesn't have to be translated into English. She's going to need to write a second letter of intent to get married, but it doesn't need to be translated into English. She's going to have bring her original birth certificate to the K1 visa interview in Bogota, but it doesn't have to be translated into English. You're good where that's concerned, okay? Tom Shu, thank you for explaining, Diego. You helped me a lot. Well, that's why we're here. And I'm trying to get Osias to quit calling his immigration attorney and spending money. His immigration attorney's got him scared to death. Osias is hiding under the freaking table in his kitchen. And his immigration attorney's getting paid all kinds of money to scare him. Just my opinion. Cindy, thanks a lot, Diego. Welcome. Khmer One, yeah, she's from Cambodia, and she's ready for the snow, right? She's in the hot tropics of Cambodia with all those hidden temples, right, and jungles. Now she's going to be in Boston, where it's going to be cold. Terrence, Wednesday, 6 p.m. and Saturday, 6 p.m. Central Time for the class, live with Diego. Twice a week. Besides, you can wait a couple of days for a question, or you can call your immigration attorney and pay him $200 or $300. Be patient, Osias. I'm trying to help you. I'm trying to help you save money. Okay, but it's not working. And your immigration attorney's getting rich off your freaking nervousness and trepidation. Chris and Emil, is this Karina's first debate for the president? Yeah, it was Karina's first debate in the United States. Yeah. I heard it didn't go well of what happened. Well, everybody's got their opinion, okay? But listen, Kamala Harris is a socialist Marxist, and Trump is a capitalist entrepreneur. Who do you want running the country? A man that creates jobs or a woman that destroys jobs? That's what she's going to do. She wants to raise capital gains tax. She wants to create a tax on profits that you haven't yet been able to cash out on. So if you own a house that's worth $200,000 or $300,000, well, let's say you own $1 million house, and then it goes up in value to $1 million, $500. It goes up $500,000. Kamala Harris wants you to pay tax on the $500,000 of your capital gains on your house that you haven't sold yet. She's absolutely out of her freaking mind. She probably knows more about basic economics, okay? She knows more about basic, Kamala Harris's knowledge of economics and free market capitalism is equal to that of a cage monkey, okay? She has zero freaking idea how to run this country. Kamir One, look at that. A super chat from Kamir One. Thank you so much. Now, we really appreciate the super chats, guys. Not only do I educate you for free on how to do this K1 visa process, I try to help you as a future American, because when you come to America, your goal is to become an American citizen, right? You want to become an American. So you don't have to do all this freaking paperwork anymore with immigration. Because remember, you got to do the renewal of your 2-year green card. You don't renew it. You got to lift the conditions off your 2-year green card to a 10-year green card. And then if you don't become an American citizen, you got to renew your 10-year green card. It's a pain in the freaking butt, right? It's a pain. Paperwork's a pain. Become a citizen. And then you don't have to mess with it anymore. And then you can jump on the channel and say, hey, Diego, I'm an American. And when you're an American, you will remember all the stuff I told you about politics, although this isn't a political channel. Okay? It's not a political channel. I don't care who you vote for, if you're a Democrat or Republican, I don't care. You vote for whoever the hell you want to vote for. But I'm a conservative capitalist, and I know that if I make $100, I know I'm gonna have to pay at least $12 to the government in tax. But I would rather pay $9 or $5 because I know how to spend my money. Karina knows how to spend her money much better than the government does. Kamala Harris will take more of what you make. So you create a business, you create a job, you're a beneficiary. You are new to America and you get your green card and you start a company. Arnold Schwarzenegger came to the United States on a work visa. And then he started a construction company, and within 3 years, he was a millionaire. Okay? How do you think Arnold Schwarzenegger would feel if he made $1 million in 1 year, and then he had to give 3/4 of it to the freaking government? He wouldn't be too happy about that. If Kamala Harris is elected president of the United States, we will become Venezuela for 4 freaking years. And the Americans will finally wake up and pull their heads out of the sand and go, you know what? Maybe we should have voted for Trump. I don't care about Trump's tweets. I don't care if he's got a bad attitude, a good attitude. I don't care about his personality. All I care about is how much is the price of gas? How much is a loaf of bread? How much does it cost Karina when she goes to Walmart to buy food for the family? That's what I care about. Under Kamala Harris, we will not be able to do those things without being broke. Look at the price of a house. You want to buy a house, you come to America, you got your green card, you got married, maybe in the future you want to buy a different house. Have you seen the prices of freaking homes? Why is that? Because of inflation. Why do we have inflation? Because Kamala Harris and Joe Biden spend money with the Congress that we don't have. And they keep printing money to pay the interest on the debt, which drives up inflation, which means the price of homes go up. So you're going to come to America. It's important who you vote for when you become a citizen, right? You want to think carefully about what your political aspirations are in the United States, because it's going to affect your future and your kids' future. Chris and Emil, the debate was irrelevant. Things going to sound like it will be cheated. Every election there's fraud. There's fraud every election. In every election, in every city, and everywhere, there's going to be some kind of fraud somewhere. You try to get rid of it all of it, but you can't. Okay, it's just a fact of life. Hosias, I won't pay any more money to my attorney. Hosias, you woke up. I never paid any money until just a week ago. Why did you do that? I paid just once, but I will keep doing this myself with your help. Hosias, you getting a Mountain Dew salute. This channel was created to save you money, guys. Okay? I want to save you money. Don't be paying these immigration attorneys. The only time you need an immigration attorney is if you have a felony conviction in your record, Mr. Sponsor, Miss Sponsor, and you want to know if you qualify for the benefit, I recommend an immigration attorney review your criminal history record, which falls under IMBRA, which is the International Marriage Brokers Act. Your criminal record falls under IMBRA. Your immigration attorney would look at your felonious record and say, no, you don't qualify for a K1, or yes, you do. And then you say, okay, pay him his consultation fee. And then you do the paperwork yourself for free. You got it? Keep doing it yourself, Osias. And I do a live stream twice a week, Wednesdays and Saturdays. You can wait for a live stream for questions, right? Ro Figueroa, yes, we are ready. Thanks to you. No, guys, you got this, Ro. You're going to be all reunited. And when you go, now remember, by the embassy, I'm thinking in Bogota, the U.S. Embassy in Bogota, there aren't too many restaurants close by there. But in central Bogota, there's some really great restaurants. I would go to like Viva La Pizza in central Bogota and have a great big pizza. Go and have a Mediterranean pizza. I tell you what, when I was in Colombia for 2.5 years with Karina, we used to go to Viva La Pizza like once a week in central, is it central? In Bogota. Let me see. Josias, thank you for your help always. Josias, Mountain Dew salute to your country, by the way, and to your president of Argentina. Diego, it's just that this immigration attorney had a lot of good reviews. And was shared by one of my friends. Well, reviews are great. But what I'm trying to do is stop you spending money on something you don't need to be spending money on. You can do it if you want. It's up to you. But I've got 9.5 years experience with this K1 visa process. I've got 9.5 years experience processing K1 visas and green cards. I've helped hundreds of people. And it didn't cost them a penny. So immigration attorneys probably don't like me because I'm costing them money. Okay? But, that it is what it is. We're in a free country, right? My First Amendment right gives me the right to say and give you all this information for free. But I just got to say I'm not an immigration attorney and I don't give you any legal advice. That's all I got to say. The Mountain Nomads, can we book our appointment if we're still in transit? No. If you're in transit, the embassy hasn't received your K1 visa yet. When the embassy receives your K1 visa, they will give you ready status. Then you can start working on it. Ro Figueroa, Josias, my lawyer messed up my case. I rest my case. And my case returned to USCIS by MVC because of the lawyer's mistake. I rest my case. Diego was the one who helped me with my case. And now we are going to have our interview. So basically what Ro Figueroa is saying, his immigration attorney totally screwed up his K1 visa package, cost him money, cost him time, and then Ro found the channel. He jumped on this channel, and I fixed it all for him. And now he's going to have his beautiful prometida is going to be in the United States very soon. Right? And I'm so glad that I was able to help you. And so is Karina. Okay? We're happy for you, Ro. Josias, I'm going to be writing 2 checks, Diego. One for the I-485, $1,440, and another one for the work permit for $260. Why don't you just write one check and include both of them together? Take $1,440, add it to the $260, and write one check. But if you want to write 2 checks, you can do that. Ro Figueroa, I fired my lawyer and stayed with Diego for free. You can't get a better freaking, what do they call it in Google review? A better review than that, right? I don't know. I got all this information up in my head. It won't go away. So I just give it to you all guys and you use it and run with it. That's the goal, right? Let me see here. Josias, I know, Ro, thanks to God and Diego, I was able to get my K1 visa in the most smooth way possible. Diego has been helping me all along the way. I watched hundreds of hours of Diego's videos because he knows a lot. It's just that I was really worried because of all this Why were you worried, Josias? You were worried because your immigration attorney got embedded into your brain and got you scared, made you scared, got you nervous, right? That's what happened. So there you go. If I ever get an RFE saying that I need a joint sponsor and I can't find one, should I answer with a really strong letter of my wife explaining that she makes more than enough to be my sponsor? Yes, but you're not going to get an RFE if you put that all together first when you apply for the green card. When you apply for the green card, your wife writes that really strong letter, and it says, I am now making $40,000+ a year. And I will be making more money because I got a promotion and I just got a second job. You put it all in the green card application so you don't get the RFE, right? You do it up front. Now, if you don't include that information right away, if you don't put it in the green card application, then you get an RFE looking for a joint sponsor. But you want to be proactive. You got to think like an immigration attorney. If the immigration attorney sees all the evidence that your wife is now in a stable job making 40 grand a year plus and will be continuing to do so in the near future, you're good. But, you know, hang in there, Josias. Get that immigration attorney out of your head. Come back from underneath the table. Get up from underneath the table. Stand up and hang out with me and Karina and I. Hang out with us. We'll get you through this. Okay? Chris and Emma, I am so worried all about this. She will destroy K1 visas, green cards, and marriage visas. Got me so worried about this 2-year green card will be destroyed by her cabinets. I don't think Kamala Harris is going to destroy the K1 visa process. I don't think she's going to destroy the green card process. Honestly, I don't think so. The Congress controls that, not the President of the United States. What Kamala Harris did that's really bad was she was the border czar, but she didn't secure the borders. So we got millions and millions of illegal immigrants coming into our country. We don't know who the hell they are. We don't know what their police records are. We don't know what their medical conditions are. We don't know what countries they're coming from. Communist China. Are they coming from? Where are they coming from? We don't know. Why? Because the president, Joe Biden, with Kamala Harris, didn't secure the border. Okay? But did you notice the closer we got to this election, Joe Biden started initiating action to reduce the number of illegal immigrants crossing into our country? Why didn't he do that 3.5 years ago? Because he knows, and Kamala Harris knows, they did a real crappy job in protecting our country. Why did they let all these people in? Because they wanted to vote Democrat in the future. Just my opinion. When you come to the United States, you come here legally. Karina came here legally. And when she listened to the debate with Kamala Harris, she said she sounds like Maduro. Kamala Harris's words, she said, were sounding like the communist dictator of Venezuela, Maduro. The bloodbath. Maduro said there's going to be a bloodbath if he didn't win the election. Kamala Harris said the same thing. Kamala Harris's price controls. Maduro did the same thing. Kamala Harris wants to give all these people all this free money for houses. Where's she going to get the money from? Was she going to print it? Maduro did the same thing. Guys, come on. Like I said, I'm not a Republican. I'm not a Democrat. They're both equally bad. Okay? But I'm an independent conservative. But I'm going to vote for Trump because he's a capitalist freaking entrepreneur who creates jobs. When you cut taxes, okay, inflation comes down. When you quit spending money, inflation comes down. That's what he's going to do. Josias, don't worry, Josias. Don't worry, okay? You've got this. And Chris and Emil, Kamala Harris, if she's elected the dictator of the United States, okay, she will not have any effect on green card processing or K1 visas. That's controlled by the Congress of the United States. Josias, the lawyer told me if I haven't sent the adjustment of status and my I-94 expired, and for the example, police officer stopped me in the road, they can deport me. No, they won't deport you if your I-94 is expired. You're good. Listen, your immigration attorney's is scaring the living crap out of you, so you keep calling him and paying him more money. They do good at scaring people, especially beneficiaries. But I don't get scared, okay? I don't get scared. And Karina, having lived in Venezuela in communism, she doesn't get scared either. She's strong, fuerte, okay? She's strong. She doesn't let people get in her head. I don't let people get in my head and try to dissuade my opinion on something to scare me to do something. Like when it's like when you watch a TV commercial. If you don't buy this today, okay, the sale's going to be gone. And tomorrow it's going to be 3 times the price. And then tomorrow comes and it's still the same friggin' price. It's a scare tactic to get you to buy something, okay? Josias, you got to quit calling your attorney, hang out with us, and I will guide you through this process like I have. I took you from Argentina to the United States, right? Now you're here. Listen to me, man. Camille 1, thanks for your information. I learned a lot from the class. My wife got 2 years green card in her hand without an interview. Fantastic. Fantastic, Camille 1. And you did it all within 99 days. Frank Valdez, I just received my receipt for my I-485, took 31 days. My lockbox is in Chicago. Frank, now let me tell you, Mountain Dew salute, Frank. Let me explain to you. The closer we get to the winter, the faster the process is going to be. Like Denise Jefferson, her husband Kenneth's still waiting for his green card. And he got his work permit. He's still waiting on his green card. But as we get closer to the winter, it's going to be faster. Frank, I just received the receipt. Lockbox in Chicago. Good job. Josias, I'm including my wife. Strong cover letter. She already wrote it. She better have typed it. And I'm concluding all the pay stubs and employer letters. Good. It can't be more stronger than what we are sending. We are putting all of the evidence. Remember, the evidence is what's important here. Evidence. Immigration don't work off of hearsay. They work off of evidence. And if you can back it up, if you can prove her income for 2024 with strong evidence, direct deposit payments into her bank and your bank account, letters from her boss, employer letters, pay stubs. If you can get 6 to 9 months worth of pay stubs, that's what you really want in this case. Josias, now I have to put NA in all the forms. That's correct. If it doesn't apply, you put NA. It makes it easier for the immigration officer to scan through your I-485. If you don't put NA in some blocks because it doesn't pertain to you, the immigration officer is going to have to stop his eyes on that blank spot and see what it is and to see if you messed up or not. But if you put NA on everything that doesn't pertain to you, I don't care if it's an I-129F or a 485 or a work permit, I don't care what it is, okay, then it speeds up the process for the immigration officer. Let me see. Chris and Emil, you're welcome. Josias, Diego, can I highlight with color things in my supporting evidence? Yeah, in yellow. Use this right here. Get a yellow highlighter and highlight the direct deposits. Get your wife's and yours bank statements and your wife's bank statements going back from when she first started making all this money, and highlight the direct deposits that go into the bank so immigration can see the income coming in. And yet, so use a yellow highlighter to make it easier for the immigration officer to put his or her eyes on whatever it is you're trying to show the immigration officer. Great, here's the bank statement. But what is the immigration officer looking for on the bank statement? The income. Highlight it. When I submitted bank statements for Karina's green card application, I highlighted my Navy retirement income, which is direct deposit. Once a month, there's a direct deposit from the Naval Finance, DFAS, right? So I highlighted it. So the immigration officer can look and see my income from the direct deposit with this magic highlighter. So he didn't have to, or she didn't have to be looking all over the bank statement looking for the income. They couldn't give a rat's tail with what we purchased at Walmart. They don't care. They want to see income. Yeah, Hosias, it's going to be a lot of work for you to put NAs on all the non-applicable stuff. Yeah, I know you're talking about Hosias. Use the highlighter. Chris and Emil, I hated these interrupted ads. Well, YouTube pays. This is a free channel, right? You guys can hang out here for free, but nothing's free in a republic. In a constitutional republic, in a capitalist country, nothing's free. So YouTube allows me to use this channel for you for free, but they pay for it with advertising, right? That's how they pay for it, with advertising. Hosias, we have 10 months of pay stubs for my wife for one job and one pay stub for the second job because she started a month ago. She makes 37 with one and 12 with the second one. Good job, Hosias. That's what they're looking for, the pay stubs. But you got to back it up with bank statements too. Chris and Emil, sorry if I ask all these questions. No, you're good. It is my concern and safety in the USA, plus safety for my future wife if Kamala wins. Now listen, if Kamala Harris, look, who's the president of Colombia? Petro. Petro is the president of Colombia. He's a freaking communist, right? But the Colombians gave him an opportunity to be president for 4 years. But the Congress in Colombia is ran by Republicans. So the Republican Congress and the Republican Senate are not letting communist Petro, the president of Colombia, inflict any economic damage on Colombia. The only thing Petro can do is basically, stop buying stuff from Israel because he's mad at Israel, or stop, or do the, or block, do the, Petro doesn't have much power, but he's tried to basically destroy the oil industry of Colombia, which is the bedrock of the country's economy. Colombia's economy is based around oil exports and gas exports. So Petro tried to ban it. What happened? Well, the price of gas started to go up in Colombia. So all the taxi drivers in Cartagena, Colombia went on strike, and they gave Petro the middle finger. They said, Petro, what are you doing? So the Republican Congress in Colombia blocked Petro from trying to destroy the oil industry. So Petro's only got 4 years as president. Then he can't, there's no second term in Colombia for president. So the Colombian people are like, hey, I think we messed up, guys. We elected this commie into the frickin' presidency, and he's trying to destroy our economy. But luckily for the Colombians, they're learning pretty quick, and he cannot be reelected. But in the United States of America, presidents can go for a second term. So Trump has an opportunity for a second term. He can only go one more time. If Trump gets in office, our economy is going to be booming, inflation is going to come down, and the price of bread's going to come down, and the price of gas is going to come down. If Kamala Harris is elected president, our country's going to go into the toilet for 4 years. And then the Americans will finally freaking wake up and kick her out of office after one term. Trust me. Hosias, I'm putting receipts of things we bought together. Good. I want to highlight the debit card number used for those expenses. You don't need to do that. Or groceries, you don't need to do that. Hosias, I have all the bank statements of direct deposits, Diego, from both companies. Highlight the direct deposits. Hosias, the only problem that I have, Diego, is that the bank statement doesn't show our debit card number. You don't need to show your debit card number to immigration. How can I show USCIS that the last 4 of the receipts is our debit card? You don't. They don't care about your debit card number. They look at the name on the top of the bank statement and the address. Our bank statements doesn't have the debit card joint account number on it. Don't worry about it. It's irrelevant. I was thinking on sending a photocopy of our debit joint bank account. No, don't do that. Immigration don't care about the debit card number. You don't want them to look at that. What they care about is they can see the money going into the bank on the bank statements, and they can see you are a joint bank account holder on the address on the bank statements. That's all they're looking for. Okay, so relax. You got this. If you got all this evidence that your wife makes all this money and you can prove it, you are good. So my receipts from Smith's and Walmart and coffee places are useless. No, you can include them. You just don't have to highlight everything. You can include them and say these are buying groceries together. Make a letter. Say this is where we're buying groceries together. Now I think there's a Smith's is mainly out west. I don't think there's a Smith supermarket here in Florida, but there's a Smith supermarket. They're in Nevada. I think they're in Utah. That's where Smith's is located at. But you can include those receipts. Just write a letter of explanation. Okay? All right, guys. Well, I've been talking and talking and talking. Now, just remember, I don't really like to talk politics here, but I want you to get educated because you're coming to this country for the first time. Okay? And you need to understand the Constitution of our country. You need to understand how our Constitution works. If you're coming to America to live and you're going to be married to an American, you need to learn how our government works and how our Constitution works. You got different political parties. You got the Democrat Party, you got the Republican Party, you got the Independent Party, you got the Libertarian Party, you got the tree-hugging party, you got the I pray to the stars at night party. I don't know. You got all these different parties. Whoever you decide to go with is up to you. It's your decision. But for me personally, as an independent conservative, if I make $100,000, I want to keep at least 85% of it and not give it to Kamala Harris so she can go waste it on the BS that they spend the money on in Washington, D.C. Trump, if I make $100,000, he's going to let me keep more of my money. He's going to let Karina keep more of her money so that she can spend it on clothes at TJ Maxx and not on some windmill on a hill somewhere for this freaking whatever energy program they got. Now remember, these windmills that the Biden administration they want to build for energy. Do you know how they maintain the windmills? With oil. The motors run with oil, but they want to block oil production. These people are crazy. Anyway, I'm out of here. Osias, you've got this, okay? You're good. One more question, Diego. When they talk about liabilities on the I-485, should I include the loan of my wife's car? Yes. It's like $17K. So because that is a loan, it should be included. That's right. A liability is debt. If you owe somebody some money in a car payment, that's a liability. Chris and Em will see you soon, and we'll see you guys. What's today? Wednesday? I'll see you Saturday with Karina, but I'll do a live stream. I'll do a live stream during the week for Osias so he can be relaxed and calm down. Osias, calm down. I'll do a live stream. Today's Wednesday. I'll do a live stream. Maybe I'll do one tomorrow. Do you want me to? I'll do a live stream tomorrow for Osias. Okay, so he can relax. See you guys. Hang in there. What time is the live stream tomorrow? What time would you like me to do a live stream? Okay, Osias. Tomorrow, mañana, ¿qué hora? What time? ¿Qué hora? Yo aquí para ti. What time will I be here for you? Tell me a time. But tell me in Central Time. Or you live in the same time that you always do it. No, Karina's going to be here. I'm not going to make her go through all this. You want me to do a live stream at 6 o'clock Central Time? Okay, Karina won't be here, though. She's going to be busy doing stuff. I'll do a live stream tomorrow at 6 p.m. Central Time. See you guys tomorrow at 6 p.m. Central Time. I'll put it right here. I don't know. I'll put it right here. Gracias, Diego. De nada. 6 p.m. tomorrow, Central Time. I'll be here. But Karina's going to be relaxing. See you tomorrow, guys.